Making risotto tonight, one of my most favorite dishes. It's easy to put together. So I'm gonna show you how to do a shrimp risotto. Back here I've got about 4 cups of chicken broth. And what you wanna do is get this right here. To make it Milanese style is you have to have saffron. Saffron's the most expensive spice in the world. It's about $1,700 a pound. So yes, that's like, and no, there's no counterfeit, there's no substitution for it. And the reason why is because, squeeze it together, put it in, do it gently. Don't ever do it once this comes to a boil, it's gonna bloom, and when it blooms, it smells very flowery. Floral. There, that's what I'm looking for, floral. And the reason why it's so expensive is there's 2 stems that come in the flower, and they have to be hand-picked. Can't manufacture it, and no, there is no substitute for it. So over here, I'm gonna get this pan hot. First thing we're gonna do is saute some onions and garlic. Okay, so I got a sweet onion here. What's up, bud? I'll tell you in a little bit. I'll give you the sign. Everybody, look who it is. Guest appearance, showing up. Wait, you gotta at least say, hey, what's up, or hi. That's Carl, Mike. Yeah, you see what he said? What smells good? Just the fact that we're starting this. So, all right, cut the onion in half. So cut it root end to root end. I've shown you this before. I'll show it to you again. Peel the onion. Risotto takes 22 minutes. It takes 22 minutes to cook it, to beat it, have it get to the desired consistency. Texture. All right, cut it now. Cut down the ribbons. Cut the ribbons. Cut it one time in half, and then slice it the opposite way. All good things in life, whatever you're cooking with, start with onions, garlic, extra virgin olive oil. All things, okay? Whoa, that's my sound for me. It is hot out here. Hello, how are you? And thanks for watching C3 Cooking with Carl Camacho. Extra virgin olive oil in. Make sure your pan's hot. Listen, you should be able to hear this. When I pop the onion in, onion goes in. That's what you want to hear. Okay. Now, I've got some garlic cloves. I'm gonna put 3. And 1, 2, 3, smash. Back of your knife. 1, 2, 3, smash. Back of your knife. 1, 2, 3, smash. Back of your knife. Now, get a little bit of, watch popped up there. Get a little bit of salt. This is not for flavor. The fact, once you smash it with the back of the knife, it's already almost minced. Man, I can smell this already. So once you add the onions and the garlic, add the onions, it's okay. Once you add the garlic, you got to get ready to add your wine real quickly. That's the next step, okay? Because if this garlic burns, which it'll burn really easily, here's a whole clove. Yeah, throw it in. It'll burn quick. And if it burns, party's over. But before we do that, before we add the wine, we're adding our, man, where'd the risotto go? Oh, right here. We're gonna add our risotto. Okay, why? Before the wine, because we want it to toast. Here, because when you toast it, it's gonna bring out this nuttiness flavor to it. And make it really flavorful. And again, these little steps, it's the difference between your food tasting and your food tasting wow. And you want wow. Okay, so queso. No cheese. Good. You only need to toast it very short. Look. Show you. Right here. There you go. Just that. Nothing special. Back on. Now, white wine. About a half cup. Add your white wine. See, you want your pan hot so everything goes quick. This will reduce. I want that wine reduced in about 60 seconds. And if you see over here, I've got my stock boiling, and the reason why I want the stock to boil is because each time I add it over and over and over to the risotto, it won't cool the risotto off. If it's not boiling, you're in trouble, okay? And a lot of people think risotto is pasta, and it's not. It's a rice. It's an arborio rice. Okay, so, woo! It got my nose on that one, but I can smell the white wine's about reduced. So, I'm gonna add my first helping of stock, chicken stock. Okay, and you wanna add enough to where it's not sticking and burning. I'm gonna turn this down to about a medium high. And then you just start stirring. The thing about risotto is you've got to stir it almost consistently all the time. And again, 22 minutes. Start the timer. Now it doesn't count because you know I'm talking. And when I'm talking, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Carl Camacho, give me a hug and a kiss. I'll have this whole recipe up as I do. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, carlcamacho.com. I don't know, wherever else. Who knows? So while you're waiting for this to reduce, you wait. Let me show you. Each time as it reduces, when I say it, when the wine and liquid starts to reduce, that's when you add a couple more ladles of your broth, okay? Now, one thing I didn't do, which I need to do, is season this. So, before we get too far ahead, and when I say season, it always means salt and pepper. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Now, my chicken stock, for chicken broth, when I make it homemade, I put very, very little salt in it because I want to be able to control the salt content in whatever dish I'm making with that broth, instead of having that broth have so much salt. And the truth is, it's easier to buy it, and then you buy the low sodium stuff. So now, here's what you do while you're waiting. While you're waiting, you have your handy glass there that has your wine in it. You pour yourself a little glass of wine. So, as you're cooking, you're celebrating as well. Salud. Thank you for watching. Salud. What wine am I using on this? I use any dry white. I use a Chardonnay on here. Use Sauvignon Blanc. Actually, the best thing to do is use any leftover wine that you have. Save it. Okay, so I'm stirring this again. Remember, you gotta almost constantly stir. Stir, stir. Yes, 22 minutes. We gotta hang out. Thank you. That saffron, I can already smell it. I smelled it way before, but now, woo! In. And you just want to keep adding it as your broth. Yowza, it's hot. Ouch. As your broth. Hey, yo, they're having fun. That's what you get. You're hanging out. Outside. And anyone who lets you come and cook in their outdoor kitchens like this, see? Now this right now, I have about a half a cup of risotto. And that's gonna be a good side portion for 4, maybe 5. It'll be a good main course for 2. And you stir it. Why do I keep stirring it? Again, it's rice. It's not a pasta. So I wanna knock out all those starches because it's gonna get this really nice, beautiful, creamy consistency. So as I keep stirring it, I'm knocking out starches. Knocking out. They want to come say hi, they say hi, but it's not time yet. Hey, Carmike, why don't you say hi? Who's looking? Can you see? Or is it turned off?
Hi. Yeah.
Wait, no, is it turned off?
No.
Wait, Carmike,
Yeah.
do you want to help stir the risotto? Yeah, they can, sure. Tell them come say hi. Carmike has some friends. You know, he doesn't ever travel alone. Whenever Carmike's out and about, he's got an entire crew with him. Stir, stir, and stir. And I'm getting strong arm. If I don't let these kids say hi, I'm in trouble. All right, it's right here. We got my man Otto. Come on, oh, come on now. You want to come up? Who else? Carmike, tell me who your friends are.
Otto and Gordon.
And tell them, say, Otto and Gordon, and say, are they going to eat?
Yeah.
What do you think? Are they your buddies?
Yeah.
And you guys hang out? You go swimming?
Yeah.
Otto, you say hi to your mom, say hi to your dad, say, Gordon, you want to say, what's up to everybody in South Africa? Thanks for watching us in Dubai. We know we've got friends in Dubai. These guys are looking at me. I might as well be speaking Chinese right now. Well, there, Carmike. All right, fellas. Well, it's really not that entertaining, is it?
It is.
Thank you. That was the answer. All right, well, go on and do something. You guys don't want to sit back here. Hey, take your goggles. Get out. Anyway. Oh, get back to stirring the risotto. It's going to burn. Get back to stirring. It's a really simple dish. Minimal amount of ingredients. The most tricky thing and the most expensive thing for this dish is the saffron. Okay, so look, this is really low on, we need to get that overhead shot. This is really low on liquid. See, it's getting really dry. And this is the time. Look at my big garlic cloves still hanging out here. This is the time where it definitely needs its extra broth. More broth in. More broth in. And stir. Now, about this time, we're going to check the seasoning. At the very, very end, when there's only about 2 minutes left, I'm going to add some butter. I'm going to add some Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm going to add the shrimp to bring it all together. But until then, I still want to make sure it's seasoned properly. Season every step of the way you go, all right? You can't wait to the very end. You can't wait to the very end and taste it and be like, oh, it needs salt or pepper or more butter. That's doing lovely. Yeah, that's doing lovely. Because at that point, it's just gonna taste like the salt and the pepper. So now that I'm getting closer to this being finished, I'm gonna add another scoop of our stock. And this is the time I'm also going to add my shrimp. Okay? You can make this with whatever you want. You can make it with shrimp, scallops, shrimp and scallops, octopus. You can make it vegetarian, use vegetarian broth, and throw in some asparagus. Very good. So I've got some 28 shrimps. That means they're 20 to 28 shrimps per pound. I'm just gonna throw these in, and you can throw them in frozen if you want, but you wanna make sure they're peeled. If they have the tail on, that's fine. I don't use pre-cooked shrimp because it would just get overcooked and rubbery, and I want this shrimp to give off its natural juices, its yumminess, to flavor my risotto with the seafood, with that seafood flavor. Okay? Cook it right in with the risotto. Okay? Making shrimp risotto, I want there to be a good amount of shrimp. Okay? So here's what I've got. I'm gonna add some goes in the pan, some goes over there. Whatever. Oh heck, we barely took a sip of wine. Oh, Cook with Carl Camacho. We're not a cooking show. We're an entertainment show. If it was a cooking show, this has been done and over with in the first 5 minutes. So I tell people, they say, man, who takes, 30 minutes to make chocolate-covered strawberries, or who takes 2 hours to cook 20-minute risotto? Me. Because it's not a cooking show, it's an entertainment show. So we're hanging out, having fun. Ooh. Yum. All right, stir this. Okay, now, at this point, I'm gonna check my rice, the texture of the rice. Because once you add the shrimp, you gotta get ready to wrap it up pretty quickly, because the shrimp will overcook and it'll bounce. Nobody wants shrimp that bounces. Okay, so let's test and see the consistency. I'm looking to see if it's al dente, just to the bite, without burning my mouth. Okay, still a little to the bite, which is good. Last thing you want is to overcook your risotto. You overcook the risotto and it turns into mashed potatoes, that's not good for anybody. So I'm gonna add a cream, okay? And I'm adding about just a half a cup. Now, you gotta bring the cream to a boil. Once the cream comes to a boil, stir it, stir it. Now the cream is going to really add another level of texture and depth to this dish. The risotto sucks it up and it gets nice and plump with it, just about like anything does that if you have too much if you have too much cream. But just a little bit. Well, just the right amount. Anyway, the cream adds a beautiful texture, richness. Goes so good and marries so well with that saffron. Ah, this is starting to smell like bush. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Let's get this guy out of the way. Hey, move. Okay. So now, what we'll do is I just want to show you. Ow! Wow, that was hot. Okay, get this. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay, it's starting to cook. See, a lot of the shrimp not a ton of the risotto. And that's okay because I still want this risotto, look, it's getting thicker as I'm doing this, to absorb that cream. We need to add the butter next before we add the cheese, all right? Butter, 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 butter. Butter next. I got some little valves around here that are looking. Okay. So on this, I got. Get out of here! What's the matter with all of you? They just dropped the whole pan of risotto. We had a display dish of risotto. It's gone. Just kidding. All right, half stick butter. And again, remember, this is for 4 people, all right? Stir that butter in. Stirring that butter. It's gonna help it to not break. And last time I tasted, it needed a little bit more salt and pepper. So, you can always add, it's hard to take away. You got any questions? Tell me about how you like your risotto. Again, you make it spring with asparagus, put scallops, put shrimp, put mushroom, put nothing. Stir. Oh. Look at this. Oh, I wish you could smell the smell. Oh, get yourself some right now. And now typically, you never add cheese to seafood. It's frowned upon and it's looked at not very sophisticated. Frick them. When you cook risotto, you gotta have a little Parmigiano Reggiano. I don't care what you have inside, okay? So now, turn your heat down. Turn your heat down low. If you don't, the cheese will burn. So I'm gonna add a little bit Parmigiano Reggiano right inside. Stir that in with the heat on low. Actually, turn the heat off because you don't want that to get stringy and clumped. Let me show you. This right here, this is heaven, I'm telling you. This dish, it's a main course, it's a side dish. Oh, now look at this. Look at that texture. Look at how it's all coming together. Now before this is ready to serve, you gotta taste it again. Well, this is right. If you don't taste it now, you can mess up the whole dish. It needs a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, maybe a little pepperoncini to make it spicy. Maybe a little bit more cheese. If it needs more shrimp, yeah, look. Don't overcook this. Don't ever overcook risotto. Then it turns into like mashed potatoes. It's got this wonderful, wonderful bite. Just a little bit of a bite to it. Doesn't need any more salt, doesn't need any more pepper. I might give it, whoop, pinch more cheese. You know what? I'm not gonna give it a pinch of cheese till I put it on the plate. So let's put it on the plate. Look at this. Wow, look at this. And mine is a little wet right now, but in about 5 minutes, this will really, there will be hardly any liquid. So, nice plate like this. Come over here. Yowzer. And you just put it right center of the plate. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, risotto milanese. A minimal number of ingredients: garlic, onion, extra virgin olive oil doesn't count, salt and pepper doesn't count. Garlic, onion, saffron, the risotto, and the shrimp. Look at this. And I'm gonna come to you. See that? And here we go. Let's get a piece of that shrimp. Oh, it's hot. Really, really good. Make this for your friends. Make it for your family. Hold on. This whole time, nobody could see anything. There. Make it for your friends. Make it for family. It's easy to make. 22 minutes when you're not talking on videos like me. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. See you later. On that note.